The sun that never set, the rise of the English Empire in the 16th century. England was just a small island nation on the edge of Europe. It was not the richest, not the strongest, and certainly not the largest kingdom in the world. Spain and Portugal ruled the seas. The Ottoman Empire stretched across continents. But England had something powerful ambition. It began during the reign of Queen Elizabeth. The first English sailors like Sir Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh sailed into unknown waters, challenging the mighty Spanish Empire. In 1588, when Spain sent its invincible armada to invade England, few believed England could survive. But fierce storms and clever naval tactics destroyed the Spanish fleet. That victory changed everything. England was no longer weak, it was rising. The 17th century brought colonies. English settlers crossed the Atlantic and built small settlements in North America. Jamestown in 1607, Plymouth in 1620. They were harsh, dangerous beginnings. Disease, hunger, and conflict with native tribes threatened survival. But slowly, these settlements grew. Across the ocean, England also began establishing control in India through the East India Company, a trading corporation that would later become more powerful than kings. By the 18th century, Britain, after uniting with Scotland in 1707, became a serious global force. Its navy was unmatched. Its ships carried goods, soldiers, and ideas across the world. But power comes with conflict. Britain fought wars against France for control of North America and India. After the 7 Years' War in 1763, Britain emerged victorious, gaining massive territories. Yet not all colonies were happy under British rule. In 1776, 13 American colonies declared independence. The American Revolution was a huge blow to Britain. Losing America could have ended the empire's dream. But instead of collapsing, Britain turned east. The 19th century was the golden age of the British Empire. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain. Factories roared with machines. Steam engines powered ships and trains. British goods flooded global markets. With industrial power came military strength. Britain expanded its control over India, parts of Africa, Australia, Canada, and Southeast Asia. India became known as the jewel in the crown of the British Empire. After the Indian Rebellion of 1857, the British government took direct control from the East India Company. Railways were built, laws were imposed, and British culture spread, but so did exploitation and resistance. In Africa, Britain competed with France and other European powers in what became known as the Scramble for Africa. Borders were drawn without regard for local cultures or tribes. The empire kept growing. By the early 20th century, the British Empire controlled nearly 1/4 of the world's land and population. People proudly said, "The sun never sets on the British Empire," because somewhere in the world, the British flag was always flying in daylight. But maintaining such a vast empire was costly. World War I, 1914 to 1918, drained Britain's resources. Colonies sent soldiers to fight for the empire. Then came World War II, even more destructive. Britain fought bravely, but emerged weakened, financially exhausted, and dependent on the United States. Meanwhile, independence movements were rising. In India, leaders like Mahatma Gandhi led peaceful protests against British rule. After years of struggle, India gained independence in 1947, one by one. Colonies in Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean demanded freedom. The empire slowly dissolved. By the late 20th century, most former colonies had become independent nations. The British Empire transformed into the Commonwealth of Nations, a voluntary association of countries with historical ties to Britain. Today, the empire no longer exists in the way it once did, but its impact remains everywhere. The English language is spoken across continents. British legal systems influenced many countries. Railways, borders, and institutions still shape nations today for better and for worse. The English Empire's story is one of ambition, power, exploration, conflict, innovation, and resistance. It built global trade networks and spread industrial progress, but it also left scars of colonization, exploitation, and cultural loss. From a small island nation to the largest empire in history, Britain's rise and fall remains one of the most dramatic chapters in world history. And so the sun finally set, but its shadows still shape our modern world.